Hi, this is JB Powell, author of The Greatness of Gratitude, and I'd like to take the time to show you how to best write a card to somebody who's grieving. I know many of you have friends that have lost relatives and friends, and you work with them or they're in your church, and you want to reach out to them during their time of grief, and you want to send a card, but you're not quite sure how to do it. It's not that you don't want to, but it's sometimes you don't know what to say. Of course, card writing has become somewhat of a lost art in our society, but I think it's one worth resurrecting. Now, first of all, when you're about to write a card to someone who's lost a relative or a friend, you must know that what you're about to do is a loving act. You're taking your time to put your thoughts into writing and to mail that card to that person. So the first thing you want to do is to select a card that is appropriate. I think a lot of times they have cards that are sympathy cards. So depending on what the wording says, you can read what's in the card and personalize it. What you shouldn't do is just sign your name and mail it. You want to make the card personal, which is why I often opt for cards that are blank. Now, in this case, I have 3 cards as examples. All 3 of them can be sent to male or female, okay? They're blank on the inside, and what I'll do is choose the card and write a note. Now, I'm going to, for the sake of demonstration, write a note to somebody who's lost a mom. This is somebody that I work with and whose mom has died. This is someone that I have a relative knowledge about the relationship between her and her mom. So for this time, I will show you how to write a card to somebody that you know well. And then next week, I'll show you how to write a card to somebody that you're merely acquainted with, but you want to reach out to. So the first thing, let's say this person is named Dolores, all right? This is all make-believe, of course, to help you. Now, I'd say, Dear Dolores, I am so sorry to hear about the loss of your mom, Joyce. I know that you and your mom were close, and my heart aches to know that your mom has left you. Notice I don't like to use the word died. In this case, I'm going to say left. I like to use left or gone on or passed on or gone home. I just think they have a softer ring to them. So I could say, hi Dolores, I am so sorry to hear that your mom Joyce has gone on. I am sure that you're hurting at this time, and I can only imagine the pain that you must be facing. Don't say, I know the pain, because you don't know. First of all, your mom may have died, but the relationship you have with your mom may be different than Dolores's. So I refrain from saying, I know. I say, I can only imagine, or I can understand, or I can only empathize, or I like to say I can only imagine. So I'd say I can only imagine the pain or the emptiness that you're feeling. And I'd say something like this, if I know this to be true. Dolores, you were a good daughter to Joyce, and she loved you. You spent time to visit your mom. You took the time to love on your mom. You took the last 4 or 5 months to wait by your mom's bedside and care for her. And I am sure that that meant a lot to Joyce. Know that at this time, her heart is proud of you. So am I. What you have done for your mother is an example to me and countless others. Know that I am here for you. I am thinking about you. I love you, and I appreciate you being in my life. You can say something like this. Time will not take away the loss you feel, but I believe as the days turn into months and the months turn into years, you will be better able to handle your mom's absence, but nothing will ever be able to replace her. Also, you can share about Grief Share. If your church has a Grief Share or some other group that Dolores might feel comfortable joining in a few months, you can suggest that. Or you, for me, I would say my friend Sally runs a Grief Share group, and I have attended and I have found it so beneficial. So perhaps in the months ahead, you too may want to check it out. I am here for you, and I'd be willing and happy to attend that group with you. And then you could say something like this: each one of us will face loss at some time. And so I know that in time to come, you will be able to draw alongside someone and help that person through his or her time of grief. May God bless you, and may you know that his eyes are on you and that he loves you. Do know that I care for you and that you are in my thoughts. Love, Janet. And at that time, I would reread the card again. Oftentimes, if the person to whom I'm writing is a Christian or even not, someone who claims to follow the Lord, I will write a Bible verse. Now, I will, since the card is often blank, on one side, I will actually write out the scripture verse if I have space. That way, they can have that to read at right there, okay, at their fingertips when they want to. But do not underestimate the power of the written word, and do not underestimate your influence or your ability to love someone during his or her time of grief. Pick up a piece of paper, pick up a blank card or a card that's written in, and write something to a friend who's lost a loved one, to let him or her know that you're thinking of him or her, and to show that person that you care. A text is okay. It's better than nothing. An email is also good, but a printed word on paper does a lot for somebody who can sit in the months or weeks ahead to go through the cards and read your loving note. Okay, until next time, think about somebody that you can write to, and join me next time when I'll show you how to write to somebody that you have no idea about, who's lost somebody, but to whom you want to send a word of encouragement. Thank you. See you next time.